May peace and blessings be upon you and your loved ones. Thank you so much for joining in this one video. In this one video, we are going to cover one of the simple yet interesting topics, because we are into this online world and we have seen a lot of people in the online world and we have so many role models. We watch it for entertainment, education, like 1,000 reasons. And in this one video, we are going to cover 4 questions to answer for a higher conversion rate. Now, higher conversion rate is directly related to the role models that you've got. But thank you so much for joining this video. So we are diving right into the topic, and I think I'm going to give it a shorter video than I'm not going to keep it stretch all the way 10 minutes, but I'm going to give you the crisp and cool content of these 4 questions that you need to answer. Now, we all have role models online. They can be for entertainment purposes, they can be for educational purposes, they can be just for chilling purposes. But we have role models online. When you go to YouTube, what does algorithm shows to you? They might potentially be your role model, because algorithm has got like 1 billion brains to it, and algorithm gives you what you want to watch so that you stay on the channel. Anyway, point being, algorithm knows what you're doing. So who are your role models online? You need to be listing them out in the first place. You know why? Because they are your role models for 1,000 reasons. Point number 1. Point number 2, when they are your role models, we just need to model what they're doing, and we now on a leadership, since we're building on business, you are going to be role models for your members. Now, your community members, your students, your clients, your customers are going to look up to you to get results. In a way, you are the role model for them, so that we have to model our role models, what we have, so that they are already successful in what they're doing. We just have to model what they're doing and add our own flavor to it, add our own style to it, and do with our own style. Cool. Now, what are the 4 questions? Like, one of the questions for the first question is, since we are talking in this one video and I don't have an audience to talk to, you pick one person, he or she, whom you like watching videos or say vlogs on YouTube. Okay, whoever that is. It can be he, it can be she, it can be from fashion, travel, whatever that is. Pick, done, one person. Take that person in the back. Okay. First question you need to be asking here is, why do you look up to that person? What is the reason? There can be a lot of reasons. One of the reasons can be, if that's the chef, you want to learn cooking from that person. If that person is into basketball, you want to learn basketball from that person. If that person is to travel, you want to travel. If that person is into makeup, you want to learn makeup and apply makeup on your faces. And if you want to do mehendi and stuff. Okay. So, why do people look up to him or her? Why do you look up to that person? Why do you look up to that person? Like, give like 3 reasons to it. Okay? Point number 1. Second question to be answered, question is, what is that person interested in that his audience might be interested in too? In other words, what is your role model interested in that you are interested in? Just because that person was doing something, you got blended in because of some interest that person had. One of the interest examples, calligraphy. Example, swimming. Example, traveling. Example, bike riding. Example, supercars. Example, painting. Example, there's some painting called art painting, canvas painting, something. It starts with G, something like that. So, what is that person interested in that you are interested in? Because of that, you kind of blend it in. Right, 3 answers to it. The answers might be similar, but the questions are different. Answers can be similar, so that you can figure these 3 things out. Third question is, what he or she like doing that his audience might like doing as well. For example, why do people like him? For example, because that person is into calligraphy. Second one, what he is interested in is the way he uses music to derive his concepts on calligraphy. Second question, example. Third one, what he likes doing that his audience will do. That person likes doing calligraphy on a specific spreadsheet in a specific font. Okay, so we had calligraphy, then we had music, then we had specific paper or the pencil with specific font to it. Because now when we talk about calligraphy, there are like thousands of fonts you can do Now, when you can figure out which language, that's another story altogether. Once you can figure out language, then which font to it. Cool, like doing like point number 3 done. Fourth one is where that person like hanging out. Interesting, right? Where that person likes hanging out that his audience might be interested in too. Fourth question. For example, I kind of gave an example. I was writing an example of the person, the role model that I have in the traveling world, the bike nerd. So that he likes, to answer first question, he likes exploring adventures. Second question, he adventures into new places and new experiences. Third question is he bike rides. What he likes doing is he likes bike riding across states and cities. The fourth question is where does he hang out is most of the time, because he's traveling, he's either hanging out on highways, dhabas, hotels, resorts, mostly on the go. You can never find that guy. But then if you want to meet him, he might be, if he have kind of announced where he's going, so you might possibly be able to find him in the highway, or in that on that highway, in some of the dhabas or some of the hotels or some of the resorts in that route. So once you can figure these 4 things out, you can ask these 4 questions for them. What will happen is, then you ask these questions for you. So that once you can say, okay, why do people look up to me? What is the reason? One of the most coolest reasons that I Fazal personally got is, Fazal, your content has got that young theme to it. I was like, dude, that's so interesting one, because I never got that feedback, or never got that the appreciation in a lot of in different ways. But then when that one person said, because your content, the way you communicate, the way you interact, it has got that young essence to it. Most of the people don't have it. It's never formal. It's always casual, funky, or just having fun, playing around with people, playing around with yourself, just having fun, laughing, just chilling all the time. And you're adding so much of value, like the coolest people. So why do people look up to you? You have to like, why should be people look up to me? Answer question number 1. Second question, what am I interested in that my audience might be interested in as well? 3 points, 5 points. Third one, what do I like doing that my audience might like doing as well? I love traveling. I love traveling. So see, if you can build a business from home, you just need a laptop and a webcam and a good internet. 3 things. You just need 3 things. 3 things. A laptop where you can do stuff, a system, a communication way you can see through, and an internet that's a means of communication. If you have these 3 things, you can be anywhere in the whole world and do things. Point number 3. 4. Where do I like to hang out that most of my audience might hang out as well? Now if it's going to be a tricky one. If you're into calligraphy, teaching people calligraphy, now you are mostly going to stay on Instagram. Now if you're going to be an offline version of it, you might go to a specific cafe, specific studio, specific workplace where you are learning it, where you're going to attending workshops, so that people can come meet you there. So it's like restaurants or like that. So please answer these 4 things. It's going to be an interesting one and tricky one, but once you kind of figure this out, the moment you figure this 3-4 things out, what's going to happen is you are now going to get more connected with what you're doing. One, the people, when you start releasing content on helping people or being beneficial for them, what will happen is now they are going to be resonating with you most in different angles altogether. So once you can figure this out, the previous video that I recorded is the WWW framework to strategize your online course. You can just search for WWW framework in this channel, the course in this channel, the keyword research over there, WWW framework, so that even this video is also congruent with that video where I kind of share three things like WWW. So I'm not going to say it in this video. You have to go there, check it out. Thank you so much for making this fun video. Watch these 2 videos together, and that's going to help you decide the direction and how you are going to radiate in your own business, how your personality is going to radiate in the business. Thank you so much for making this video, me and the topic of all of it. I'm going to see you in another exciting, cool video. Thanks so much. May peace and blessings be upon you and your loved ones.
يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا